What secret fear drove Genghis Khan away from India? Genghis Khan. The name alone conjures images of unmatched conquests, sprawling empires, and a legacy carved into the foundation of history itself. This was the man who transformed nomadic Mongol tribes into an unstoppable force, forging the largest empire the world has ever known. His relentless campaigns stretched from the windswept steppes of Mongolia to the edges of the known world, toppling mighty kingdoms in their path. Yet, amidst all his extraordinary victories, one curious question lingers in history. Why did Genghis Khan, the master of expansion, halt his march at the gates of India? What was it about this land that stopped even his irrepressible ambition? Prepare to embark on a journey into the past, to uncover the unseen forces and secret fears that played against one of history's greatest conquerors. This is the untold story of the man who could take on the world, except India. Born as Temujin on the harsh Mongolian steppes in 1162, Genghis Khan rose from obscurity to immortal fame. His early life was a crucible of hardship. Betrayal, captivity, and the brutal wilderness toughened the boy who would one day command unflinching loyalty and fear. Once proclaimed Genghis Khan, or universal ruler, he executed a vision that changed history forever. Kingdoms crumbled before his unprecedented military strategy, psychological warfare, and adaptability. Under his leadership, the Mongol Empire expanded at breakneck speed. But against all odds, when the vast wealth of India beckoned, Genghis Khan hesitated and withdrew. Why? India stood as a gateway of riches and trade, known worldwide as the Land of Gold. Its sprawling kingdoms and vibrant economies should have been an irresistible lure for the Mongolian warlord. Yet, the Indian subcontinent was unlike anything Genghis Khan had encountered before. Standing between him and these splendors were the towering, treacherous peaks of the Hindu Kush, nature's fortress against any invading force. Beyond the physical challenges lay the unknown, a land of dense forests and unpredictable monsoons, where Genghis Khan's well-practiced strategies seemed unlikely to work. India's mystery was as much a deterrent as its terrain. It was a land that had outlasted powerful invaders before, with a fierce and complex form of resistance. But was it just India's physical and strategic strength that caused his retreat? Or was something deeper at play, something more primal? One cannot look at Genghis Khan's decision without considering the Hindu Kush and Himalayan ranges. Already, his forces had ventured into the fringes of India when pursuing the fleeing ruler Jalal al-Din of Khwarazm. In 1221, Jalal al-Din had sought refuge in the region bordering modern-day India after narrowly escaping defeat. For a moment, it seemed India was about to witness the wrath of Genghis Khan. But the Hindu Kush presented an immense logistical challenge. Crossing these dangerous peaks with tens of thousands of troops, horses, and supplies could drag even his swift-moving army into disarray. The daunting task of navigating narrow mountain passes, prone to avalanches and ambushes, could have been enough to make him think twice. And beyond the mountains lay summer heat and the overwhelming monsoons. The Mongols, masters of cold winds and open plains, had never faced anything like the humid jungles of India. Could an empire built on swift cavalry maneuvers thrive in a land where rains could drown and disease could decimate their ranks? For all of Genghis Khan's pragmatism, he was not immune to the spiritual currents of his time. India, with its deep history of mysticism, religions, and resistance, may have presented a psychological barrier that none of his other conquests did. The country was home to philosophies, spiritual practices, and warrior legacies unlike those of the Middle East or China. Genghis Khan was known to be a deeply superstitious man. While an unflinching military commander, his decisions were often influenced by omens and beliefs. Indian culture, filled with stories of powerful ascetics, gods of destruction, and karmic reckoning, might have seemed alien to Mongol traditions steeped in shamanism. There's also the intriguing possibility that reports of India's fierce warriors, particularly in regions known for guerrilla-style tactics, gave him pause. The Mongols were used to open-field battles and overwhelming their enemies through speed. India offered a much tougher terrain, and its defenders had proven time and again that they could thrive under conditions foreign invaders struggled with. History's greatest leaders are measured not just by their victories, but also by their most challenging decisions. For Genghis Khan, the choice to retreat was one of calculated caution. The riches of India and its strategic value were undeniable, but the risks were equally profound. With pressures mounting elsewhere in his empire, his adversaries constantly regrouping, and new territories demanding attention, perhaps Genghis Khan's decision wasn't as much fear as it was prioritization. Or perhaps it was an acknowledgement that even he could not conquer everything. Whatever the reasoning, his retreat at the border of India marked a turning point in the Mongol expansion. What if Genghis Khan had invaded India? It's a tantalizing question with fiery implications. India was known for its resilience, but would its many fragmented kingdoms have united against such an unprecedented threat? Or would India have become the proving ground where Genghis Khan's empire finally met its match? Envisioning this clash of civilizations sparks the imagination, giving rise to myriad possibilities in how history could have unfolded. Ultimately, Genghis Khan's decision to stop short of India doesn't diminish his vast accomplishments. In fact, it lends a fascinating mystique to his narrative, a reminder that even the mightiest conqueror had limits. Every decision he made was shaped not only by ambition, but also by survival. Genghis Khan, the relentless storm sweeping across continents, was a man of matchless ambition. But even he knew that the fear of overextension, of the unknown, and of nature's obstacles could not be conquered with force alone. His calculated retreat from India reveals a side of the conqueror often eclipsed by his victories, a leader whose strength lay not just in conquest, but also in caution. And so, India remains a poignant what-if in the story of his life. A testament to the delicate balance between ambition and survival, it reminds us of the invisible threads that shape history. Adventure seekers who relentlessly pursue glory face these same lessons today. Sometimes, the greatest successes lie not in conquering, but in choosing when to retreat. This is the story of the mighty Genghis Khan and the secret fear that kept him from India's golden gates. This is the story of the mighty Genghis Khan and the secret fear that kept him from India's golden gates. This is the story of the mighty Genghis Khan and the secret fear that kept him from India's golden gates.